Hello dreamers and achievers, welcome back to the channel. For those who are new, I am Priska and today I am going to share a very important part of my study abroad journey, and that is how I got my visa and how I nailed my visa interview. I know it can feel like a huge mountain to climb, but trust me, with the preparation you can ace it. So let me walk you through what I did to make myself ready for the visa interview. It's quite a roller coaster, so let's dive in. Before we start, let me tell you that this is the last step in study abroad journey. But I am doing this video right now because for the spring 2025, visa interviews are going on, so I have to do this video right now. Also, stay tuned until the end because in the end, I will be sharing some glimpses of me from my mock interviews and some glimpses of my Delhi trip while I was there for my visa interview. So without wasting time, let's jump in. I have divided this video in 3 parts. So the first part is visa application process. So while you're filling your visa application, you are already done with your offer letter and your I-20 form from your university, which is a certificate of eligibility for non-immigrant student status, because you will be needing them for your visa application process. First part of visa application process is that you have to pay a service fees of $350 online. You can pay it on FMJ fee website. After the payment, you will receive a receipt. You have to take a printout of that because you will need it on your visa interview day. You have to pay a non-refundable visa application fee of $160. Second step is you have to fill out DS-160 form. When you start, firstly you have to choose your location. Then you have to click on the start new application, and then you will be given an application ID. You have to note it down because you will need it later. And then you have to fill out your personal, your educational, your financial, your travel details, and you have to fill out all the sections thoroughly and carefully. There is no scope for mistakes. I repeat, there is no scope for mistakes. After reviewing all the details, submit the DS-160 form. And after submission, you will get a confirmation page with barcode, and you have to print it out because this confirmation you will need on your visa interview day. Here is the tip: you don't have to fill out this form in one sitting. You are given a time of 30 days and you can come back anytime, and you have to log in with the application ID that you have given in the starting, and then you can fill it out within the 30 days. Here is another tip: make sure to keep your details like your passport, your I-20 form and other details handy with you while you are filling out this DS-160 form, because as I said earlier, there is no scope for mistake. No scope for mistake. And here is one more important thing, one common mistake that I would like to highlight, because I believe that most of the students do this, and I also did this. I also made this mistake. If you have your full name under your first name in your passport and your last name is kept blank, then while filling out DS-160 form, you have to put your whole name in last name and keep your first name as FNU, first name unknown, because this is what the USA criteria is. My full name was in first name section and my last name was kept blank on my passport, and when I was filling DS-160 form, I was told to fill it like Priska Prem and LNU, last name unknown. But while I was in Delhi for my biometrics day, they asked me for the correction. Then I have to rush to the cyber cafe. Luckily, there was this cyber cafe in the building itself, and I'm talking about Delhi consular. I don't know about other consular offices. So me and my dad rushed there and we got it edited. First it was like Priska Prem LNU. Then I have to change it to FNU Priska Prem, because last name is very mandatory according to US criteria. So that's it. The last step of the part 1. You have to schedule a visa interview. And there is no particular time for the slots to be open. They can be opened at any time in 24 hours a day. So you have to keep checking, you have to coming back to the website again and again. And as soon as the slots open, just go there and schedule your appointment, because people are already rushing there. The site is always heavy with traffic. Here is the tip. I suggest that you should give your password and ID to 1 or 2 of your friends or family, so that they can also keep a tab for you, so that whenever the slots open, you can just go in and book your appointment. And I would also suggest that don't give your password or ID to more than 2 persons because it can get your ID blocked. And the other tip is you can join Telegram channels which will notify you as soon as the slots open. So that's it for the part 1. So let's move to the part 2, which is preparing for visa interview. This is the most important part, and I won't lie, it feels intimidating, but believe me, preparation is the key. So here is exactly what I did to keep myself prepared and what helped me the most. First, mock interviews. You should give a lot of mock interviews before your actual visa interview because this is what I did. And believe me, the mentors that are going to take your mock interviews, they are going to help you a lot. They will give you feedback on how you are answering or how you are framing your answer. And believe me, with each session, you will see an improvement in your answers, how you're giving your answers and how you're framing your answers. And this is super helpful for preparing your visa interview. Secondly, common interview questions. I think everyone should focus on some common interview questions because I also did, and I would suggest that you should prepare these questions like a pro. And the common questions are: why this country? Why this university? Why this course? Why are you pursuing it? How are you gonna fund your education? What are your future goals? These are the common questions that I think every visa officer will ask you. So I would suggest that you should prepare it like crazy. Give your best and frame the best answers and just prepare it like a pro, like I did. Here are the tips. Try to give reliable and honest answer. Don't fake anything. And here's another tip what I did. I went to my university website. I noted down and learned the motto of my university. I learned the professors' names who are going to teach me, some of their published work, and the subjects that I'm going to study. Third, confidence and body language. One thing that I learned is confidence is the key. As much as preparation is the key, so is confidence the key. Of course your answers matter, but so does how you present yourself. So here is what you can do to look confident. Practice speaking with calmness and clarity. I made sure to make an eye contact with the officer, always putting on a smile and always standing upright. That is the key. Confidence and preparation is the key. The last is handling difficult questions. Sometimes they might ask you some tricky or unexpected questions, so you have to prepare for them. And whenever they ask you some difficult or tricky questions, take it with ease and answer it with confidence. Don't panic. Just whatever you're feeling like, you just answer it with confidence. For example, I was asked about my future plan and my answer was focused, showing them that I have clear goals and a solid plan. And here is the tip. I prepared for the worst case scenario with my family and my mentors who took my mock interviews. I just went through in my mind about all the possible questions that could be asked to me. I discussed them with my family and my mentors, and they helped me a lot. Believe me, they helped me a lot in framing the answers and how I should tackle these questions. So this is really helpful. Prepare for the worst case scenarios with your friends, family, or your mentors. Now let's move to the last and the third part of this video, the actual interview day. I'm going to share the whole thing from the setup to how the interview takes place. And I'm talking about Delhi Consular Office. I don't know about other because this is where I went for my visa interview. So as soon as you reach the office, they will check your passport and then you are allowed to go inside. Once you go inside, there is a brief security check. And once you're done with your security check, then you have to sit on the chairs in a line. And one by one, the whole line is called inside the actual place where the interview is taking place. And once you enter the place where the interview is taking place, they will again check your documents like your passport, your I-20 form, your fee receipt and your appointment letter. And then you have to give your biometrics. Then again, you have to join the line to the counters where the visa officers are sitting for the interview. And then you have to stand in the line waiting for your turn. Then you have to wait on the counter for the visa interview. But the most scariest thing among this is that there is no closed doors, there is no closed office, no closed room. It's just open counters where you can see and hear every visa officer present there. And believe me, Seeing people getting rejected and approved right in front of you is nerve-wracking. But keep reminding yourself and keep giving yourself this mental note that whether a person gets rejected or approved has nothing to do with you. Just keep reminding yourself this. If you let any person approval or disapproval affect you, then you are done. And back to the point, when you go for the interview, when your interview is done, and if you're approved, they will keep your passport and they will return it to you after 7 days with a visa stamp. And if you're rejected, they will return your passport to you with a slip where it is mentioned the reason why you got rejected. So that's it. That is the setup and that is how the interview takes place. Here are the tips. Arrive early and dress professionally. Arrive early and dress professionally. This is very important. Secondly, keep yourself calm and take deep breaths to keep yourself calm. Keep reminding yourself that you can do it. And the most important tip, stick to clear answers and honest answers. Don't even try to fake your answers. Don't give false information, whether it's related to your personal details, your educational details, your financial details, your work experience detail. Don't give fake answers. Don't give fake documents. They will catch you before you even know it and you are done. So always state the facts and always present them with the genuine documents. That's it. Here is the most important thing. You have to carry some documents with you on your visa interview day, and here are those: your passport, your I-20 form, your DS-160 confirmation page, your visa application fee payment receipt, your CVIS fee payment receipt, your academics, transcripts and diplomas, your test scores, whether it's TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, etc., your financial evidence, how you're gonna fund your education, your course, whether it's your education loan or the property, whatever it is, or your family saving, and last, your proof of strong ties to your home country. Make sure to carry all these documents carefully with you on your visa interview day. And I would suggest that you should carry Harmonium folder because it's so easy to manage your documents in Harmonium folder as it is divided into section. This is what I did. So that was the whole visa application process. Now, the most interesting part of the video, my personal story. On my visa interview day, I arrived just on time. I guess maybe 1-2 minutes late because the road that we had to take to reach the office, the consular office, there was this Parliament of India and the Prime Minister of India was leaving the Parliament of India, so they had blocked this road and we have to wait there for, I guess, 45 minutes, and they were not letting any person go through that. And I was panicking. My brother and my father was there and they were panicking too that we will get late because we have left early from the hotel because we know that anything can happen. And I would suggest you too that on these important days, please leave early. Please try to leave 1 or 1.5 early from your hotel or wherever you're staying. And when I reached there, once I got inside and once I was sitting on the chair, I kept reminding myself that Priska, this is your chance, you need to do it. I was reminding myself, I was keeping this mental note again and again, Priska, you have to do it. You have come this far, you have to do it, you have to do it. And anybody's rejection and acceptance has nothing to do with you because your story is different, your purpose is different, your course is different, your everything is different. You are Priska Prem and they are different. They have nothing to do with you and you have nothing to do with them. Just go for it, do it, give your best and leave rest to God. And here is what happened. The boy ahead of me on the visa counter, he got rejected right in front of my eyes. And for a moment, I was completely shocked. And then I just have few minutes to reach the counter and I again reminded myself in those seconds that Priska, do or die, period. Literally, I told myself, do or die, period. Then I reached the counter, and as soon as I reached the counter, there was this USA visa officer. He was quite a young man, and I reached him and I smiled and wished him with a genuine smile. I said, "Good morning, officer." And you have to address them as officer, not sir or ma'am, because this is what they prefer. This is a professional criteria that you have to follow. And then I said, "Good morning, officer," and he said, "Good morning," and he also replied with a genuine smile. And then he asked me for my I-20 and passport, and I handed him my documents. Then he started questioning me. After asking me 8 to 10 questions, he just kept my passport aside. And I was just standing there like a statue, like this. staring at the officer. And he just looked at me at my dazed state because I was dumbstruck. Literally, I was dumbstruck. He just looked at my confused state and he chuckled. And I was like, for the confirmation, I asked him, "Officer, am I approved?" And he chuckled again and then he replied in Hindi, "Ho gaya, ciao." And then I was literally out of breath. I was feeling so much emotion that I have rarely felt in my life. Believe me when I say this. Dad was waiting for me across the road, and I just, as soon as I came out of the building, I started waving at my dad, and as soon as he saw me, from my reaction, he knew that I got approved. And I was literally pushing people on my way, not caring to say sorry for my behavior if anyone is listening. But at that time, I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to get with my dad and hug him, literally. And there were automobiles. I even crossed the road without looking, and automobiles were coming, and I would care less at that time. As soon as I reached my dad, we hugged and we started crying. Literally, we started crying and tears were just flowing, and I didn't know what to feel. I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, what to feel? Should I feel happy or sad? Because this was my long time dream. From a young age, I was study abroad aspirant, like I told in my early video. So I was happy at the same time because my dream was coming true, and sad at the same time because I will be leaving my home soon. And then again my sister called and my mom called and everybody called right away, and I was not able to talk to them. I was choking literally, and my dad was purchasing some juice, and I was just, tears were rolling down my cheeks continuously. I was not able to have control on my emotions. And people were watching us, and by the time everybody knew that this girl got approved and she's crying. And believe me, until that day, I just knew that there is concept of happy tears. But on that day, I came to know that happy tears are a thing. They are a thing. Believe me guys, you cry when your dream come true. You cry when you're happy. And then there was this autumn uncle, and he came to me and he said, "Visa lag gaya?" And I said, "हाँ जी lag gaya." And he said that आंसू बचा के रखो, आगे बहुत काम आएंगे. And it was funny at that moment, and it is funny now also. But at that moment, it hit me that how big this moment is for me. That was a day full of so much emotion. I just want to experience it again because it was a wholesome experience, but not the visa interview stress or the visa interview. I just don't want to experience it again. Just the victory, the moment of my victory, and the moment of my dream coming true. So as I mentioned earlier, now you will be seeing some glimpse of my Delhi trip. So that's it for today, that's it for the video. And if you find this video helpful, do like, subscribe, share and comment on this video. And if you have any question or any query, write down in the comment section and I will help you out with my best ability. So catch you in the next one. Until then, keep up the faith and walk boldly on your path. Take care, bye bye.